So, talking about contrasts or gaps, I think, between big and small and human-sized and grand scale. And to comment on the London case, the Olympics, it was mentioned there, yes, is Miss Suvi Saloniemi from the Finnish Design Museum, curator of the Finnish Design Museum. So, stage is yours.
Thank you, and hello, Hanna.
Hello, Suvi.
So, the presentation and the results of the workshop, I find them really interesting. I as well find them really true, because I myself lived in London last year, like half of the year, for 6 months, and I used the tube and the transportation systems there. Of course, because I lived there for only 6 months, so it was kind of like a romantic relationship to the city. So I didn't find the issues so problematic as like people who live there, who permanently live there, find the issues really harsh. And what I would like to tell is or emphasis is that the user experience is the one that everything starts from, and the rest of the cases that you presented are, I think, like coming after it. And things are changes are happening. And for instance, during the 6 months I lived there, I lived in Hackney. My route to work was through take a train from Hackney Downs to Liverpool Street Station, tube station, and a couple of stops via tube to Holborn, to the institute actually. So what happened during those 6 months was that, because what kind of like got my attention in your presentation was that we need to pay attention to the small scale stuff and those like environments in the environments of the stations and the public transportation infrastructure. And what happened during those 6 months was that Hackney Down Station, it was a place where you could like buy drugs at, turned into in the end, or someday I just like realized there is like a artist-run art space in the old station buildings. And after like 1 month or something, a cafe, like one-man cafe, opened in the next building on the platform. And I just heard that like nowadays, like next to the station, there is like really good wine bar where you could like buy all like really good wines and like Italian food and such. So I think we need to kind of like think positive and believe that something really is on their way. Of course, I haven't, for instance, been in the Westfield East, so I don't know how horrible a place it is. But I truly hope that the movement won't be this like towards the similar. Do you want to comment on Hannah?
Did you get us, Hannah?
Yes, no? Can you hear me?
Say it again.
Yeah, we can hear you, but like, did you hear anything about my speech?
Yes, so we thank. I heard everything. We
Cool.
were saying that the experience level indeed was the key thing for us here as well. And it's a level of combination of kind of back to the basics that you really need to be able to get around. And as you said, these kind of small gestures that make that journey pleasurable. You do see lots of grumpy people on the buses and tubes here in London, but there are things that make that better. Your case of Hackney Station is a very good example.
So what we talked before here, like I think it was after the Stockholm presentation, was about the experience. Like, it's not about the length that the journey takes, but if the experience is really good or like pleasing, so you can add like a couple of minutes more. So what do you think about that?
I fully agree. I make that choice every day myself as well. I prefer to sit on a one direct bus line where I get a seat and have nice views and read a book, rather than spend time changing different tubes, waiting in tunnels where I cannot use a phone or sit down or breathe. And even if I might save 10 minutes in my journey like that. So yes, fully agree.
Okay, thank you. Comments from the room? Okay, Juuso. Yes, you can. We can always trust you.
Comparing Helsinki and London, London is a truly global metropolis. Helsinki is maybe a national metropolis, but obviously not the same size as London. But the area from where people commute to Helsinki happens to be roughly the same size that from where people commute to London. And I think this testifies to the urban sprawl in Helsinki. Is this maybe something that we could learn from London? Because they have this green belt around the city that sort of artificially constrains the growth of the area of the city and sort of stops the sprawling and makes for more concentrated planning. In other ways, I think that, you know, because these cities are so different in size, it's hard to draw sort of easy parallels, but this is maybe something that could be both cities.
Helsinki is a big area full of trees in which some houses pop up. All right, so thank you to London.